In a world filled with questions, where wisdom knows no boundaries, join us on a journey of enlightenment and endless learning. Eternal Teachings. TV. Discover the eternal.
Afghanistan, often perceived through the lens of its recent turbulent history, holds within its landscape a rich tapestry of ancient civilizations and cultures. One of the most significant, yet often overlooked, is its Buddhist heritage. The Lost Buddhism of Afghanistan is a tale of flourishing religious and cultural development, profound artistic achievements, and eventual decline. This exploration delves into the origins, development, cultural implications, and the decline of Buddhism in Afghanistan, while examining its legacy in the modern context. Historical development of Buddhism in Afghanistan. Origins and spread. Buddhism's introduction to Afghanistan can be traced back to the 3rd century BCE, during the reign of the Mauryan Emperor Ashoka, who was instrumental in the spread of Buddhism beyond the Indian subcontinent. The geographical positioning of Afghanistan as a nexus of ancient trade routes, particularly the Silk Road, facilitated the exchange of religious and cultural ideas. The establishment of the Kushan Empire around the 1st to 3rd century CE was a pivotal period for Buddhism in Afghanistan. The Kushans, particularly under Emperor Kanishka, were great patrons of Buddhism. They supported the construction of monasteries, stupas, and statues, which played a significant role in the propagation of Buddhism. Flourishing centers of Buddhism. The Bamiyan Valley, located in central Afghanistan, became one of the most important centers of Buddhist art and culture. The region was renowned for its colossal statues of Buddha, which were carved directly into the cliffs. These statues, standing at 55 and 37 meters, were among the tallest representations of Buddha in the world, until their destruction in 2001. Other significant sites include the monastery complex of Hadda, near Jalalabad, and the city of Kapisa, which is modern-day Bagram. These sites were rich with stupas, monasteries, and intricate artwork, showcasing the high level of craftsmanship and the fusion of Greco-Buddhist art forms. Cultural significance and contributions. Art and architecture. The artistic achievements of Buddhist Afghanistan are best exemplified by the fusion of Indian, Persian, and Greco-Roman styles, known as Gandhara art. This unique style flourished particularly under the Kushan Empire, and is characterized by its realistic human figures, detailed drapery, and expressive faces. The Bamiyan Buddhas are the most iconic examples of this art form. Monasteries and stupas in regions like Hadda and Mes Aynak were adorned with frescoes, sculptures, and intricate carvings, depicting various scenes from the life of Buddha, Jataka tales, and other Buddhist themes. These artworks not only served religious purposes, but also illustrated the cross-cultural interactions and the syncretism that was a hallmark of the region. Religious and scholarly contributions. Afghanistan was not just a center of artistic expression, but also a significant hub for Buddhist scholarship. The region produced several renowned Buddhist scholars and texts. The establishment of monastic universities, similar to Nalanda in India, fostered an environment of intellectual exchange and religious discourse. Scholars from these institutions contributed to the development of Mahayana Buddhism and the translation of Buddhist texts into various languages, facilitating the spread of Buddhism to Central Asia and China. The decline of Buddhism in Afghanistan. Invasion and Islamic conquest. The decline of Buddhism in Afghanistan began with the invasions and subsequent Islamic conquest in the 7th and 8th centuries. The introduction of Islam gradually supplanted Buddhism as the dominant religion. The Umayyad and later the Abbasid caliphates imposed new political and religious structures that marginalized the Buddhist communities. Despite initial periods of tolerance, where Buddhist practices continued alongside Islam, subsequent invasions, particularly by the Ghaznavids and the Ghurids, were less tolerant. These invasions resulted in the destruction of monasteries, libraries, and artworks. The Mongol invasions in the 13th century further accelerated the decline, leading to the near-complete disappearance of Buddhist practices and institutions. Internal factors also contributed to the decline. The monastic communities, which were central to the maintenance and propagation of Buddhism, began to erode due to economic hardships and reduced patronage. The decline in trade along the Silk Road also played a role, as the reduced flow of goods and ideas diminished the region's cosmopolitan nature, which had previously supported religious plurality. Modern-day remnants and legacy. Archaeological discoveries. Despite the decline, Afghanistan's Buddhist heritage has been rediscovered through various archaeological efforts. Excavations at Bamiyan, Hadda, and Mes Aynak have unearthed numerous relics, manuscripts, and artworks, providing insights into the region's Buddhist past. The discovery of these sites has been crucial in understanding the spread and development of Buddhism in Central Asia. Mes Aynak, for example, is a vast archaeological site containing numerous stupas, monasteries, and ancient manuscripts. The site has been under threat due to modern development and mining activities, but ongoing archaeological efforts aim to preserve its rich heritage. Cultural influence. The cultural influence of Buddhism in Afghanistan can still be seen today in the form of artistic styles, architectural remnants, and historical narratives. The Gandhara art style influenced later Islamic art and architecture, particularly in the use of intricate carvings and detailed representations. The story of the Bamiyan Buddhas continues to resonate globally, symbolizing both the cultural richness of Afghanistan and the destructive impact of religious intolerance. Efforts to preserve and potentially reconstruct these statues highlight the enduring legacy of Afghanistan's Buddhist past. Conclusion. The Lost Buddhism of Afghanistan is a testament to the region's rich and complex history. From its introduction and flourishing under the Kushan Empire to its decline following Islamic conquests, Buddhism's legacy in Afghanistan is marked by remarkable artistic and scholarly contributions. The remnants of this heritage, unearthed through archaeological efforts, continue to shed light on a period when Afghanistan was a vibrant center of Buddhist culture and learning. Understanding this lost heritage not only enriches our knowledge of Afghanistan's past, but also underscores the importance of preserving cultural and religious diversity in our contemporary world.